Cool Geeks Tribunal, eternal, forever.
I thought Beast was ugly.
Yo, what up, y'all? Cool Geek salute. Cups all the way up. Yeah. So, let's dive right in, right? Let's not play. Let's get to the action the same way this issue right here, Predator versus Wolverine, gets right to the action. So, long time ago, DC made an attempt to take down the Predator with Batman. Marvel is taking their turn at him now. They're trying to get some chunks out of him using Wolverine's claws, right? Great story, great writing. Wanted to chop it up with y'all. Wanted to unpack the story with y'all a little bit. See who read it, what y'all think about it, what y'all feeling about it. So let's go a little bit into the Predator's history. Who is he? 1987. He's in the jungle fighting all his crew. Then he goes 1990. He comes back again to Earth. Now he's trying to tear Danny Glover, right? Danny Glover told us already in Lethal Weapon that he was too old for this. Now,
I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old for this shit. I'm too old for this.
You go first. I'm really too old for this.
No, you go first.
Boy, I'm too old for this shit.
Not for me, you're not sure.
I'm too old for this
energy
shit.
for the Predator. So this is going to be good, right? I felt like watching Predator Part 2, reading Batman versus the Predator, that was kind of in the same lane. When we go into Wolverine versus Predator, or Predator versus Wolverine, that feels more like a better matchup. Like that's more of a natural lane for the Predator and Wolverine, which makes ultimately for a better story. Predator versus or Alien versus Predator, another great one. That's cinematic though. We have this Predator TV show, and then there's also Prey. That's the latest movie to come out. So the Predator's been around for a minute. Wolverine, we know he's been around for a minute. The character, born late 1800s, James Howlett, now becomes known as Logan, and then over time he's Weapon X, he's Patch. He is the Wolverine. He's making his impact now cinematically. Hugh Jackman is playing him for a minute. He's supposed to reprise the role in Deadpool 3, which I think got pushed back to 2025. So that'll be out in a minute. Everybody's excited and hyped for that. Now we're looking forward to this story. And this story is huge. And they're getting busy. It's bloody. It's real good backstory. So let's dive into what's going on in this issue, because as I always say, the books are better than the movies, and this is making me look very much like I'm on point with that statement. So story takes place, looks like it's pretty much present day. Wolverine has on his X-Men uniform. We see him with a big chunk out of his shoulder, pretty sure that came through the cannon of the Predator shooting that's on his shoulder and blasting off part of Wolverine's shoulder, to the point where if y'all up on your A&P, anatomy and physiology, we see Wolverine's shiny humeral head because of the adamantium claws covering. The adamantium metal covering it. That covers his entire skeleton. So now we go back in time to a young Wolverine, a James Howlett. I think, is he referred to as Logan yet? But he looks little James Howlett like after he first popped his claws from the origin story. So now Wolverine's out here. He's getting busy with locals and people around the way and everything. A guy that looks pretty swanky, a little swaggy. He takes notice of Wolverine. It's like, yeah, I need that guy right there for whatever he has planned. And what he has planned is he wants Wolverine to take some guys out for him. So he makes up a story. He makes up a story saying that they attacked his family. Some guys took his family, and he needs help getting them back. So Wolverine is like, bet, got you. He goes with him. They go look for these guys. They find them. Wolverine starts getting busy on them. Turns out dude was lying. He had nothing to do with his family. What it was is he had a deal that went south. These guys, I think, tried to double cross him or whatever. And what happened was they end up taking the money. Wolverine goes, kills all of these guys for him under false pretense. The dude is excited. He gets the money, takes the money from him. And as he's smiling and feeling himself because he was able to, get these guys back for what they did to him, who shows up? The Predator on cue. Cannon on the shoulder, blast dude's head off, clear off, bow, how you like me now? It's a wrap for him. So now what happens naturally? Wolverine's like, whoa. And then it gets busy. The two of them, they start going at it, tearing chunks out of each other, fighting. And they hurt each other pretty badly. So Wolverine has a healing factor. The Predator has his technology, and that's how they're able to, prolong the fight and sustain so much damage while, going at it with each other. So Wolverine has, or Logan, James Howlett at the time that he's referred to, he's never dealt with a foe of this caliber. Nothing like the Predator. Predator's huge. He has his own claws on his hands, plus an array of other types of weapons. So the Predator's already got the lay of the land because he went and was taking out people, and that's where Wolverine, when he approaches with the swanky guy, he sees all of these guys that are skinned. The Predator's already taken out a bunch of people. He's already taken out a bunch of animals and just tried to test his metal against them. So until he finds a foe that's worthy of him. Now, here come Wolverine. So he's already kind of been practicing for him. But he's going to find out that, Logan is not so easy to rip that spine out and that skull out of him and skin him the way he did these other folks. And Wolverine's also about to find out that the Predator is not the guy that he can just chop up like anybody in your local bar. So Wolverine starts running. He looks like he's running away from him, but he's not. What he's actually doing is he's trying to get to a level playing field where he can fight him on his own terms. So he's moving. Predator jumps down, thinks he's cutting him off from running into a cave. He doesn't know Wolverine is just trying to get him to where he's comfortable. When the Wolverine's pet/friends comes out, because Wolverine is, a lot better with animals, wild animals at that, than he is with people. Animal comes out, starts tearing up the Predator. He got Wolverine's back. Predator chops up the bear, takes his head off. Wolverine, he goes and chops up the Predator's. He starts trying to take the Predator's head off, but when he's taking the Predator's head off, I think that happened a little bit before the bear came into play. But anyway, you see the Predator take his mask off because Wolverine did a little damage, and then you know how the Predator look. He look all the way crazy, super yuck mouth. So what does Wolverine say? He says, yo, I'm about to cut the ugly out of you. So I guess that means you're going to cut them all up, because we know from head to toe, fingernails, toenails, and everything, the Predator is not a pretty boy. So he's about to do some real damage to him. But there's a cool panel where you see the two of them screaming back side by side because they've done a lot of damage to each other. So at a certain point, that battle ends. They fast forward to a Weapon X crew that Wolverine is moving through the jungle with that looks very similar to in the movie where he was going up against Arnold Schwarzenegger and his commandos and fighting against those guys in the jungle. So that might have been them trying to harken back to and show, homage to the original Predator movie. So they, but this time Wolverine, again, with all of his memory issues, living so long, having the healing factor that has wiped out whatever trauma he's ever had to deal with. Now Wolverine, he got adamantium on those bones. Definitely he ain't ripping out that adamantium, spine and skull and, as a trophy. The Predator ain't going to be able to do that with this guy. But what he does is he brings reinforcements because he remembers Wolverine while Wolverine doesn't really remember him. They about to go at it. Wolverine has Sabretooth and the rest of the crew, Maverick and these guys with him. So now they about to get busy with that. So this story is really like starting to take shape now. And this is just issue 1. We haven't even got to issue 2 yet. I think it's going to be, month by month. I think a 4-part issue, if I'm correct. But it's really good, really worth the pick up, really worth the read. Pick it up if you haven't yet, before it sells out. If you've read it already, leave it in the comments. Let's chop it up on it. We'd love to know what y'all think on it because it's a great story. Don't just rely on learning these characters through the movies, because when they write it and they write it well, it's so much better than what you actually see cinematically. And it's, I think it shows like a good precursor in Wolverine being to see like how Wolverine develops in his fighting style over time, and how does the Predator, who remembers him from coming at him at different time periods in Wolverine's life, how he, adjusts to Wolverine's fighting style and his abilities, like, cloaking yourself where the Predator seems to be invisible may not really work on Wolverine because he has hypersenses and he can smell them. So how does the Predator adjust to that? How does he take out this prey? So let's continue to read, continue to unpack as the story unfolds and the issues come out. And, as I say, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and, just let me know what y'all think, and keep reading. I say, make my Marvel. So, Cool Geek salute. Once again, cups all the way up. Peace out.